guys, welcome back to my movie review channel where we're going to be reviewing all the films that I've seen this year in 2023. I do apologize if this seems a little rushed. I have everybody awake in the house, husband, baby, dogs, and I'm trying to keep everybody quiet and not be rude, but just want to get this video done. I actually recorded it last night, and I recorded this and another film that came out in March. However, as I was editing the other film, there was some news break about this franchise that just came out where most likely we are not going to be supporting this franchise anymore. So it was such a weird time because I literally just finished filming my review for it when all this news broke. So I'm going to re-record it to add some of that content as well. I'm going to go ahead and push this film out ahead of the second film that I already edited and everything because again, we're just not going to talk about this franchise until things change. I am rocking back and forth because I'm rocking a baby. The film I'm talking about is Scream 6. It came out in March 10th of 2023, is rated R, is 2 hours and 6 minutes, and it was distributed by Paramount Pictures. It was directed by Tyler Gillett and Matt Bettinelli, who also recorded Scream, the previous one, not Scream, the first one, but Scream 5, which was renamed Scream. They directed that one as well as the film Ready or Not. The synopsis is: 4 survivors of the Ghostface killers leave Westboro to find a new, fresh start in life when they find themselves in another fight for their life as a new killer is out for fresh blood.
And it's gonna keep coming for us. Guys?
It does star Jenna Ortega, who plays Tara Carpenter. She also plays in the TV series Wednesday, as well as X and the previous Scream film. It also stars Melissa Barrera as Sam Carpenter, who again also played in Scream 5, which was titled Scream, and Into the Heights. It also stars Courtney Cox, who plays Gale Weathers, who has played in all the Scream films, as well as the show Friends. It stars Samara Weaving as Laura Cron, who also starred in Ready or Not. So these directors have worked with her before in the past. And Tony Revolori as Jason, who plays in Spider-Man as Flash Thompson. And that is the Tom Holland Spider-Man films. First, I'm just going to talk about the Scream franchise in itself. I was never really a follower of the Scream franchise. I really got it confused with the Scary Movie franchise, so I really thought it was more comedic than anything. It wasn't anything like Halloween where it stood out to me. So I think I just watched like the first couple, like the Drew Barrymore scene was very iconic, and then I remember Jada Pinkett Smith in the second one, but that's as far as my knowledge on Scream went. So when I saw this film was coming out, I went ahead and binge watched all the Scream films, and my take on the whole franchise at first took a little bit for me to warm up to it, but this movie, these last 2 entries, Scream and Scream 6, really solidified the fact that I like this franchise. And the things I don't like about it is I don't know, it's kind of a mix on if I enjoy the fact that it's not like Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, or Freddy Krueger, where it's a recurring face, that person that is the bad guy, and it can really be anybody. So that's kind of interesting, kind of keeps it fresh, because how can one person continue to keep living? So it does answer that question, but at the same time, I'm really tired of it being, okay, we had one concept for 2 different timelines, but Scream and Scream, where new cast, new crew, new person passes, but especially in the original Scream, brand new idea. And then I don't enjoy how meta it is in the second one, they have the franchise Stab that's mocking the first Scream movie, and they just go with that. And then with Scream, the fifth one coming out, it's like, oh, well, it's not a sequel, it's not a prequel, it's a, I don't even know what they call it, but like a relaunch, so a requel or something like that. And I don't know. I get it, but it's gotten to the point where it's annoying to me, especially watching them so back to back. I was just like, okay, I get it, I don't care. But I don't like how meta it can be, and like the rules. I thought it was really neat when Randy did it. Again, that was fresh, that was new, that made sense. Here's the rules on how to survive a scary movie, and then here's a rule book on how to survive a sequel. But now it's like, oh, there's a rule book on surviving a requel. Like, shut the fuck up. Just survive. The end. So Hayden Panettiere is also in this as Kirby, and she did really good. I did not really enjoy Scream 4 to where I really remembered much about it. I kind of just watched it just to make sure I watched all the films. But she did good, and there was a moment where they kind of tricked me, and I was wondering, is she the Ghostface killer? And I did like her little talk about Stu Macher, if he was alive or not. I never thought about it until they came. There's a new movie that came out in October that I won't say the movie or review that one yet. I'll get there when I get to the October films, and we're still in March, so that's going to be a minute. But in this film, Matthew Lillard, who played Stu Macher, is in this film, and he ends up being the protagonist and unmasking himself. And it's like if they just could copy and paste that scene into what could have been Scream 7 and revealed it that way, that would have been cool. But talking about if they made a Scream 7, I also what really solidified this film for me was the introduction. That first scene with Samara Weaving and Tony Revolori. Well, I'm sorry if I say his name wrong. I know I'm saying it wrong. But Flash Thompson from Spider-Man. Their scenes, that introduction scene was absolutely amazing. I really liked how it showed us who was under the mask, who is the Ghostface killer. I really thought that was where we are going to take this film, and if there is a Scream 7, I really think that should be how they do it, is showing us we know who the Ghostface killer is, but we're watching the group and the police and everybody else trying to figure out who it is, but we know the entire time. And I really thought that's where they were going to go with it. So when he does that first initial kill and then unmasks himself, and then it's just like, okay, and walks down the street, and it's just like, and he bumps into Tara's character, and it's like, wow, she has no idea that that's the Ghostface killer. Unfortunately, it's not the actual Ghostface killer, but it was a really neat concept and a really great way to open the film. That alone, I thought that was cinematic in itself. And memorable, like that kind of on a lot of the points. It's cinematic, it's memorable, rewatchable, iconic, like all that stuff for me, in my opinion. I really enjoyed that introduction scene. There are issues with it, such as the shrine of the Scream franchise and them reusing the mask from previous film. Oh, that's when that killer used that mask. That's that killer's mask. Like, I understand sometimes some things get left behind at crime scenes, but enough to use a whole shrine of stuff is a little unbelievable, but it's okay.
This isn't like any other Ghostface.
What is this place?
A shrine.
We've got to lure him in.
We execute him.
Let's go ahead and talk about Melissa Barrera. I think she did an incredible job. When I watched the first Scream of this entry, Scream 5, I wasn't sure how I stood on her. I kind of liked her, but she wasn't Sidney Prescott. As you guys know, Sidney Prescott was not in this film because they would not pay Neve Campbell what she was asking for to return in this film, even though she has carried this entire franchise for 5 movies. So she did not return. And I like how they kind of wrote her off that she's just living in peace. Not like dead in peace, but not resting in peace, but living in peace. And that was really nice. And kind of believable, because there's no reason she needed to have come back. The movie really didn't call for her to come back. But in this film, I think Sam Carpenter's character really did develop. I like how she has that struggle of her dad was Billy Loomis, who was the original Ghostface killer. And she struggles with, am I a good person? Am I a bad person? And I think also Melissa Barrera herself came under a lot of scrutiny when she took on the lead role. And that scene of a lot of girls kind of picking on her, twisting the narrative to where it's like, oh, she attacked me, even though they were harassing her to begin with. And people just saying, like, not supporting her. That's a lot what the actress actually dealt with. And that kind of leads into what's going on right now, where she is being unfortunately fired from the franchise, and for, in my opinion, unjust reasons. It's really unfortunate. I do think a lot of reviewers and people in the horror community and the film industry are and should be boycotting this franchise until they are able to either apologize, come up with some kind of agreement to move forward. I don't see a Scream 7 in the future. At least not one that I would support. Even if they were to bring back Stu Macher, even if they were to bring back, well, I don't care. I don't personally care if Sidney Prescott comes back, but if they were able to do all the ducks in a row, just the idea alone that they fired her over something so not necessary a reason to fire somebody. You can look that up, and if you want to discuss it nicely in the comments, we can. But I just don't want to support them really all too much anymore after that.
There's a darkness inside of me. It followed me here.
You want me. So let's finish this.
But yeah, overall, I really like this film. I have seen it so many times afterward. For Halloween, I watched it, and I've watched it about 3 or 4 times now. If y'all have seen Scream 6, please comment down below. Let me know what you think. Please like and subscribe and hit that bell notification. We'll definitely be putting out more videos. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next movie review. Thanks much. Bye.
We share a certain history.